Sins of a Solar Empire 2 was recently updated to version 1.4.2, which we've named the Faith and Fire update. Faith and Fire adds a new population growth based orbital structure for each race in the game, and brings in some significant changes to the way planetary shields and superweapons work. The Advent have had a substantial balance pass and new gameplay features added. This update also adds new planet items for the Hive Asteroid and Oceanic planet classes, new ship items, and a brand new map to play on too. These mechanical changes and updates will ensure your games of Sins of a Solar Empire 2 remain fun and engaging for countless playthroughs. Faith and Fire makes a significant change to the way planetary shields protect your worlds. Previously, they provided complete invulnerability to your planets, but now instead perform like a ship's shields, albeit a very, very strong one. The Planetary Shield has its own passively regenerating HP pool and shield burst feature, and are incredibly difficult to knock down. Until it's completely depleted, no population can be harmed on-world. However, the shield can fall to a combination of a very strong and dedicated fleet assault, perhaps combined with long-range superweapon attacks, or the usual method of destroying the starbase completely. This new planetary shield will still effectively prevent a planet falling to bombardment by enemy fleets who are unable to take on the starbase housing it, as demonstrated here. While no longer completely invulnerable, its huge HP pool and shield burst are key to its incredible fortitude. Sneaking 20 or 30 siege frigates around the starbase to try to knock that shield down will not be the most effective strategy. Note that the TEC can stack the planetary shields from 2 starbases together on one planet, an expensive solution that will render the lucky colony very difficult to take down indeed. Previously, the planetary shield was a hard counter to superweapons, rendering them effectively useless, and this new system allows an increased depth in the interaction between superweapons, planetary shields, and planetary bombardments. Now, you'll need to consider the right combination of these tools to take that prized colony from your enemies. To support these changes, we've also limited the amount of superweapons to 1 per colony, affecting Novolith cannons and deliverance engines, and also dialed back the base range of the Novolith somewhat too. You'll need to be a bit closer to use this devastating weapon now. Population mechanics have been tweaked, and we've added 3 new orbital improvements for boosting population growth too. Each faction has its own variant of this structure. Here's the TEC's Orbital Transit Hub, for rapid transit of much needed colonists and workers for their worlds. The Vasari's reliance on slave labour is represented here by the Vasari Labour Distribution Centre. And finally, the Advent bring in new flock with the Temple of Congregation. Colonies now start with higher population levels, but grow a little slower overall, and so these new orbital improvements will be useful to bring in more population and maximise your economic output. In tandem with the changes to population, we've made some adjustments to planet track availability across the different planet types to really hone in on each one's intended role and value to your empire once they're colonised. Notably, in line with the new population mechanic, the Commerce Planet Track provides a base credit income and a per population credit income, increasing with level. As before, you'll get more credits with larger colony population. However, mining tracks now only provide a base income value when a planet has a single resource type available for extraction. Otherwise, they'll provide a per pop income only. For example, a Terran planet provides both metal and crystal per population, but lacks a base income, while a volcanic planet provides a base and a per pop income for metal, but has no crystal income of any kind. Mining rates also differ by faction, with each faction's preferred resource generally being faster to accumulate, while planet track levels no longer vary by faction. These changes to resource acquisition are accompanied by several other balance changes, and we've included the patch notes in the video description so you can check them out in full for yourself. The overall effect here is that planet types better retain their identity after colonisation, with population growth required to get the most from your colonies. Each faction now has a set of new Hive Asteroid and Oceanic planet items, incentivizing you to capture these exotic worlds to gain some powerful effects for your empire. The TEC get the import boosting Xeno Emporium and the research focused Xeno Tech Lab for the Hive Asteroid. For the Oceanic planet, we have a resort complex for increasing influence, an aquaculture harvester to boost population growth rate and credit export points. The Vasari are focused entirely on the Hive Asteroid. Cloning vats increase population and population growth rates, and the closed cycle refinery allows the construction of exotics. the Compliance Inducer increases maximum allegiance, increases population assimilation rates, and the culture resistance of the Hive asteroid, while the Industrial Nanoforge increases the ship construction rate of local factories. And the Advent get one planet item for each. The Neural Stimulator increases the maximum focus points available and increases focus point regeneration per population on a Hive asteroid. For the Oceanic planet, the Pelagic Interface Relay also increases focus points and regeneration there. Note that Faith and Fire also adds many new ship items for the TEC, Visari and Advent, to allow even greater customization of capital ships and titans. For example, the TEC's core systems armor boosts hull and armor points, and the Advent's Votary Siphon is a consumable item that provides a small amount of passive psi power and can be activated to grant a large amount, consuming the item in the process. Meanwhile, the Visari gain the Inertial Anchor, slowing enemy missile and strike craft speed in the area of effect. The Advent have received a significant balance pass in Faith and Fire with many changes and some updated abilities too. There are too many to list here, but here are some of the highlights. The Advent's Unity abilities are fueled by focus gained from the Temple of Unity orbital structure. The Advent now have a new focus planet track, which serves as the prerequisite for constructing the Temple of Unity now, with desert, barren and geomagnetic planets all hosting a higher potential focus track level. Advent players will need to balance their needs for focus in the early game against other economic and defensive considerations. Furthermore, focus regeneration is now a function of your overall focus track level and your population. The Advent Wrath have access again to the Conversion Unity ability, while we've added a new Sacrifice Unity ability to the Advent Reborn. By sacrificing all Allegiant population on a planet, they'll generate a terrifyingly powerful wave of damage in that gravity well, and reaching out to adjacent gravity wells too. The more population sacrificed, the more damage you'll inflict. Just be careful of friendly fire damage. Faith and Fire adds a new 2-player map, and likely one of the most brutal we've ever created. In Cutthroat, each player starts just 2 jumps away from the enemy homeworld. A pair of resource-rich moons orbit your homeworld, but there are scarce few colonizable gravity wells to be found in this small sector. With your opponent so close, and with such little time to prepare static defenses or build an economy free from harassment, you'll have to play quickly and decisively if you want to get ahead. With 3 minor factions in play, influence might be an important resource, purchasing early tier abilities to leverage a lead. Alternatively, you could take their worlds instead, as colonies are in short supply here. There's also a pair of very valuable derelicts out there, capable of providing a huge experience boost to the capital ship that claims them, but you'll have to race your enemy for it. Finally, we've added support for Discord's Rich Presence functionality. If you activate this and you're a member of the Sins2 Discord channel, you can showcase your activities to other members, who will be able to see what you're doing in game, and provides in-app tools to make it easier to find and start games with one another. As you'd expect from a Sins of a Solar Empire 2 update, this patch ships with many bug fixes and balance adjustments, improvements to game stability, graphical fidelity and effects, and overall system performance too. A full list of changes is available in the description to this video. Now, get out there and crush your enemies.